Just want to
You're
let you know
putting
that
words
I'm
in
like,
my mouth.
no,
You're
no. I'm not
putting
saying
words
no,
in
no. I'm
my
not saying
mouth,
you asked me.
acting like
I'm
I
not saying
said.
you
I
asked
never
me.
said
Wait,
Drake
wait.
was justified for dissing the weekend. I never said that shit. You put these words in my mouth like the typical Kendrick dick eater. What are you talking about?
With us trying to catch a vibe. I was headline, you was standing on the side. Brought you and that other hoe along for the ride.
Mention some fucked up shit first. Who mentioned some fucked up shit first? I'll wait for you to give me the right answer.
Who mentions a fucked up shit
Who
first?
made it not rap? Because Kendrick made it very clear in Euphoria he wanted to keep it rap. But who was the first person to mention something that wasn't like just straight hip hop? I'll wait for you to get the right answer because there's only one right answer.
No, Kendrick did.
No, Whitney, his baby mom, his fiance. Now you're lying. So now it sounds like you're a Drake
Wait,
fan.
like
I'm not gonna lie.
like are you saying Drake did it first or Billy
Yes,
Bobby
Drake did it first
or
because he
Whitney?
mentioned Whitney.
No,
He
no,
mentioned
no.
Whitney.
Kendrick did it first.
Wait. Now
Kendrick.
you're just gonna lie? Okay. Now we're lying now. The
No,
first
let me
song in
explain
this
how.
whole
Let me
thing.
explain
Wait,
how.
the first song in this
Let me
whole thing
explain
was like
how.
that. The first song in
Let
this
me
whole thing was
explain
like
how. No,
first
like
song in
that.
this whole thing was like that,
Looking
right?
back
Is there
at like
anything like
that.
that?
Looking back at like that.
Did he say anything
I
fucked
don't think. I don't think he said
on? No,
anything
no,
else too
I
far
don't
in
care.
like
Look,
that.
it doesn't matter if like that was good or it was trash. I'm not
No, no,
asking about
no,
it.
no, no, no. I literally, I only bumped that song for Kendrick, so
That's
I
fine.
actually
That's fine.
like the
Again,
song.
again, I'm telling you, I'm not worried about that right now. I'm saying we're gonna because you're saying that Kendrick mentioned something first, so I'm not even gonna leave you any room to argue. We're gonna go song by song. The first song was like that. Did Kendrick say anything fucked up, not rap related, about his family, about his kids, about him being a pedophile, anything like that? There's only one right answer. Okay, the answer
I
is no.
don't think
The answer
so.
is no. I know.
No.
I know the song. I would have known. He didn't. If you want, you can double check it. But Kendrick didn't call him a pedophile. He ain't. He basically
Let me
said
think
"fuck
about the
you,
lyrics
fuck
real quick. Let me
you
think about
for
the
all
lyrics
the
real quick.
dogs."
Huh?
He basically said "fuck you for all the dogs." You and J Cole teaming up. Y'all not legit. Blah blah. He just said rap shit. Like he's just talking shit rap wise. Didn't say anything crazy personal about him. Your best work is a light pack. He just said I'm a better rapper than you. You suck. Okay, nothing crazy there. Push ups is the next song, right? Would you agree with that? Or are you gonna argue that push ups isn't the next song in this?
Push up is the next song.
Okay, I'll be with some bodyguards like Whitney. Why are you mentioning my wife? Am I wrong? You can look up the lyrics. Is he not mentioning his fiance?
Yeah, he did. He definitely did.
Okay, so does that not open up the door? And here's the thing: Euphoria is not like he heard him say his wife and then he went off. No, he said his wife's name, and in Euphoria he's like, "Yo, keep this rap because if you don't keep this rap, I'm gonna do some crazy. I'm gonna take it that far."
Rappers
Euphoria,
talk
he
about
hinted.
rappers talk about people's girls all the time.
That's fine. No, that's fine. That's fine, right? But that
That's
that
rap.
means you have to
That's
no wait,
rap.
wait. That means you have to rescind your point saying that Kendrick started it. Okay, that's fine. You could say that rappers do that. I agree. But now you have to admit that that was wrong. What you said before that Kendrick started the whole personal shit because you're wrong. You're literally wrong.
Kendrick started it
So wait,
because
Whitney
literally
isn't personal. Wait. Whitney isn't personal. Talking about the mother of your child and your fiance is not personal. I want you to say that right now. Yes or no? Is it not personal?
a lot of rappers, yeah, it's definitely personal.
Okay, so
A lot
Kendrick,
of
so
shit is
Drake started it. That's
personal.
fine.
That
You're
doesn't mean
admitting Drake
Drake
started it.
started it. That doesn't
So what
mean
is that? Wait. So what do you
Drake did
mean?
exactly what he had to do.
So he started it. Thank you. That's all I need to hear. I don't care.
He didn't
Look, I get
start
it.
it.
He did what he needs to do. Rappers do it all the
He
time.
didn't
Yada yada
start
yada.
it
That's fine.
because he didn't start it because this beef was 10 years old. It didn't
That's
start
fine.
with
Okay,
this.
I know it
That's
didn't.
what
I know
Drake
they've been. No,
said.
no, no, no,
That's
no.
what
I
you
know you
said
don't
in
gotta
Push
explain
Up.
this to me. I know they've been beefing for 10 years. They've been throwing subliminals at each other for 10 years. That's fine. I'm talking about.
Exactly. What
Okay, so what's your
Kendrick
point?
did was
Wait.
unethical. He
I don't
started
care.
it.
Wait, I'm not gonna lie. I don't care because we're not talking about the 10-year-old beef. I'm saying who mentioned something personal first because I'm specifically countering your point that you're saying Kendrick started this whole shit with like the personal stuff, which he didn't. He did not. That's just a lie. And if you can't admit to that, I don't know what to tell you. He mentioned I be with some bodyguards like Whitney. And do you know how many Drake fucking stands and even Kendrick stands were like, "Oh, what does that mean? Is he saying that she slept with J Rock because J Rock
All
used to
right.
be a bodyguard for
All
them?"
right.
He's just saying
I'll
all
give
this
that to
outrageous
you. I'll
shit.
give that to you. I'll give that to you.
I'm not gonna lie, it's not your choice to give it to me because it's literally on the record. Like it's not my opinion. I don't have an
No,
opinion
like
on.
you were asking me, do I think this? I'm gonna say fuck it. Yeah.
Well, you can't say think like because here's the thing: if I'm right about this, then I have to be right. If I'm wrong about this, I have to be wrong. I'm going by the lyrics that they put out. I'm not
And I'm
putting my
going by what you're saying. I'm gonna have to agree. Drake started the personal shit.
And I don't think that matters at the end of the day. The only reason I mentioned this was because you just specifically said like 5 minutes ago that Kendrick started, and I had to like be like, nah, that's just not true. If that's the point you want to take, But
Yeah, because I already know what kind of angle you're about to go with, so I'm just gonna agree because
well, what
like
angle
it's
do you
not
think I'm
gonna
gonna go
change
at?
anything.
I
It's
wasn't
not
gonna.
gonna
I
change
wasn't trying to
anything.
take this angle, but I only countered it just
No,
because
like
you.
no, like
That's,
what, like here, like here's what I think you're gonna say. You're gonna say Drake started it, so Kendrick had every right to call Drake a pedo. I already know you're gonna do that.
I mean, not really. Here's the thing, right? Do you have an issue with people lying?
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Okay, then you should have an issue with both of them because both of them lied on each other's name,
yeah, yeah,
from what I know.
definitely, yeah.
So like, I don't think whoever started it first would change that. But the only reason I went so hard on that was because I heard you say that Kendrick was the one that started the shit first, and I had to be like, no, that's just wrong. Like I don't even have to argue with you. I just have to present the facts to you, and you have to acknowledge it, and you did. So that's fine. But he brought up his fiance. He made some alluding shit to like, hey, if you mention my family, something's gonna happen to you. So he didn't mention his family back, but like he basically said, hey, don't try it. And then the very next song, he talks about how he beats his wife and fucking his kid's not his. So at that
Okay,
point, Drake
wait,
is just
wait,
going
wait,
off.
wait, wait, wait. You said wait, you said who didn't do something bad because because Drake mentioned Whitney and
Kendrick in Euphoria didn't say the crazy shit that he
okay,
ended up saying later.
he
He
didn't
was
do it in
hinting at
Euphoria,
that
but
shit.
didn't he do it in Meet the Grahams?
Yes, he did it after Drake called him
Yeah,
a
and
wife
and
beater.
notice
He did
how
it
in this
after
whole
Drake called him a wife
conversation.
beater and said his kid's not his.
Wait,
Yes, he did that.
look. Notice how in this whole conversation, I didn't say I had a problem with Kendrick bringing up Drake's family.
I hope you don't, because if you have to have
I
if you
had
have a
no
problem with one,
issue
you
with
have to have a.
that.
It's either one or the other. You can't like be okay with one and not be okay with the other. You have to be okay with both or not be okay with either.
Yeah, literally, when I watched Meet the Grahams, I wasn't pissed that he brought up Dennis and Adonis and his mom. I didn't
I
really
mean,
care.
hey, you say you like old hip hop, or like you need to be tapped in. You know, they used to bring up, like I said, Jay-Z. Jay-Z said he nutted on Nas's car seat, like his baby's car seat, or I don't know which one said it to who.
Okay,
But yeah,
yeah.
so
See
like,
that I don't mind.
which is a straight up lie, by the way. That's a straight
My
up
main
lie, but it was a
issue
bar.
is this, right? My main issue, right, that I was arguing in the comment section with a lot of people about, it was revolving around. It was mainly, I mean, okay. The only thing I don't like about Meet the Grahams is that it dropped an hour after Family Matters. I wanted it to drop a day later.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It doesn't matter what you want.
But then Not Like Us came out before
Bro, it
Drake
don't matter.
even.
It don't matter what you want because it was actually part of his plan.
And
But
that's what I'm
it don't
saying.
matter what
His
we want.
plan was not fair. His plan was not fair. His plan
Okay,
was
what do you mean? Wait, not fair. In what way? Not
it's
fair in what
not
way?
fair. It's not ethical. It's none of that stuff.
Ethical? Yo, ethical. You said I beat my wife and one of my kids is not my kid. What do you mean unethical? What ethics are we
Yeah,
talking
and
about
Drake
right now?
put Kendrick on, and what did Kendrick do in
Stop. Get this shit out of here. Drake did not put Kendrick on. He helped him
Yes,
get
he
put on. But
did.
no.
He put
Stop lying.
Kendrick on.
Stop lying.
He put
Who was the
Kendrick
first
on.
producer? Stop. He did not put Kendrick on.
Yes, he
Without Drake, Kendrick
did.
would still be Kendrick. Wait, so you're telling me without
Kendrick
Drake,
wasn't
wait,
mainstream when
stop.
Drake was
So you're
helping him
saying,
out.
wait.
What are you
By the way,
talking
I don't think
about?
this matters. I don't think this matters anyway, but because you're trying to
No,
discredit.
it does matter because
I
Drake
don't think it
said it
matters in
in
the
his
beef.
own
I don't think it
song
matters
in
in the beef. I
Push-Ups.
don't think it matters
Is
in the beef.
Push-Ups not relevant to this? And one of the
Push-ups is
lyrics
not
said,
relevant to this shit. What the fuck?
what do you mean it's not relevant? It's a part of the diss track battle, is it not?
The part of the district. Kendrick being put on by Drake. I think he mentioned it in one. He didn't say he put him on. He said I brought him on tour. That's
No,
the one line he had about him.
no. What I was about to say was in Push-Ups, he's saying none of this other stuff started this beef. This shit been brewing for a while now.
No,
That's
I
what
don't.
Drake said in
That's
Push-Ups.
fine. I don't care about that. I'm not about to argue about
So
it because
then
you're.
that means
Wait, I'm
he
not about
took
to let that shit go. I'm not about to let the fact you said Drake just put Kendrick on like Kendrick wouldn't be
Drake
Kendrick.
put Kendrick on. He
No,
put
he
him
did
on.
not. So you're telling me
He
without
put him
Drake?
on.
Wait, stop. You're telling me without Drake, Kendrick wouldn't be Kendrick?
Without Drake,
Say yes or no. I don't want to hear shit because there's only one right answer. By the way, there's only one right answer.
no, there's not. There's only
Yes,
one
there
question
is.
and one answer for the question. You asked the wrong
So
question.
fuck J. Cole and Dr. Dre, right? Because Kendrick wouldn't have met Dr. Dre, the most influential producer in the West Coast, without Drake, right? Because Drake introduced Kendrick to Dr. Dre, right? Right? No, he didn't. Drake helped him. I'm not gonna lie, Drake helped him, but Good Kid, Mad City was Good Kid, Mad City. That album was gonna do what it did because it had
I
the
never
back of the West
said
Coast.
Drake was responsible for Good Kid, Mad City.
Well, guess what? Put him on the map. Good Kid, Mad City.
No,
So
it didn't.
You're
No, it didn't. It didn't.
So wait. What put Kendrick on the map?
Section 80 did.
Section 80. You know how much that shit sold? You know,
heard
wait.
about
Do you mean
Section
mainstream or do you
80?
mean wait? Do you
No.
mean hip hop culture or do you mean mainstream? Which one do you mean? Put him onto what?
It's a mix of both.
Because mainstream, he wasn't mainstream until Good Kid, Mad City.
There's like a gray area. There's underground. There's your popular, and then there's your really mainstream.
Because he was on the come up in Section 80. True. And you know who he got the cosign of? Because this is why I don't buy this Drake shit. Snoop Dogg passed the torch to him. Dr. Dre passed the torch to him. That whole West Coast was backing him. The whole Drake put him on. Like, yeah, Drake.
The West Coast, dude. The West Coast is one state out of 50.
Yo, I don't want to hear this. It don't matter because at the end of the day,
California.
Wait. Where do rappers start? Where do rappers start? Wait, where do rappers start? Their home state. I don't want to hear that. Okay, yeah, he had one state on his back and that was it. But influence.
Not every rapper starts in their own state.
Okay, I'm talking about.
And that's
average. Wait. I'm talking about your average rapper starts in their home state. Obviously, there's gonna be exceptions.
Okay, back then, because back then is when both Drake and Kendrick, right? Back then, right? Because times are different now. You can literally make a shit
I don't care
on
about
YouTube.
right now. I'm only arguing because you said Drake.
Okay, back then, what it took back then before social media, which is where Drake and Kendrick came from, before all this Instagram stuff.
That's fine.
This is where Drake and Kendrick came from, right? How rappers in general became signed and was known to an extent was, right? So they had some support from their own peoples that they grew up with and that helped them out.
Kendrick got more than average support.
Wait. They got a little support. When I say a little support, is because like
Kendrick got a lot.
Huh?
Kendrick got a lot from his home state. The fact he has Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre in his corner was more than any usual West Coast rapper would ever have.
What did it take to get to that point?
Not Drake, because you know who introduced Kendrick to
No.
Drake?
Literally, I never did say Drake is what got. No. I'm saying because that's how it starts.
Okay, when you say Drake put Kendrick on, you're implying that since Drake put Kendrick on.
No, I didn't even get to explain how Drake put him on, but I have to get to that point.
All right, let's get there quick because we're already off topic, so I don't want to get too far off topic. So
okay, how did okay, so yeah, all these people, right? We're backing people like Kendrick and all that stuff, right? But back then, what mattered the most was if an established artist or an established businessman working in the label in the music industry, if they got a listen of your music and liked you, that's when they wanted to take you in. That's when they took you in. And then they wanted to promote your music even more and make you perform
you get a cosign. So long story short, you get a cosign. You get a cosign, right?
Huh?
So like shorten what you're saying so you're not going on too long. You get a cosign, right? You would get a cosign from somebody who has a position of power or someone who knows somebody. That's
cosign and you get signed.
Yeah, of course. But a cosign is like a figurative thing. Like a cosign is basically when someone's like, hey, I didn't sign him, but hey, I vouch for this guy. This guy's good. Okay, you want to know how many fucking cosigns Kendrick had other than Drake? Because he had Drake as a cosign. That helped. But do you know how many motherfuckers realized how good he was? Tech N9ne. And I don't know. Do you know who Tech N9ne is?
I definitely know who Tech N9ne is.
Okay, so I don't even got to explain to you how big Tech N9ne is in his realm. He fucked with Kendrick so much, and he was a good friend of J-Rock. I don't know if you know that whole situation. He purposely signed J-Rock just to get him out of a fucked up record deal and let Kendrick feature on one of his songs, and then he got introduced to all those fans. He got a cosign from Snoop Dogg. He got a cosign from J. Cole, which then ended up becoming a cosign from Dr. Dre. He got a cosign from YG. He got a cosign from damn near everybody in the West Coast. Drake helped, but saying Drake put Kendrick on is fucking neglecting all the other shit that helped put him on.
When I say he put him on, I meant that he put him on to a whiff of the mainstream and popularity.
Okay, yeah, he did put him on to a whiff of it. But if Kendrick
saying.
Wait. Oh, no. You got to specify because when motherfuckers hear Drake put Kendrick on, you know
that's why I wanted to explain it, but you kept interrupting me and asking me to just get straight to it.
Hey, you know what you should have said? Drake helped put Kendrick on. That would have been that's the only way you could say. If you just say Drake put Kendrick on, that's
all right. Yeah, Drake helped put Kendrick. And look, I didn't even explain how. I'm not saying Drake signed Kendrick.
Know what he did for Kendrick. He gave Kendrick a feature. Kendrick got a feature from him.
No.
He brought him on tour. He brought him on tour.
It's not just about the feature.
He brought him on tour. I know. He co-signed.
Yes,
He
Tours
co-signed it.
are a big deal for artists. All
I know.
artists.
You don't think he was on tour at the House of
Artists
Blues with
get
Snoop
most
Dogg
of
when he
their
passed him the
money
torch?
from tours. They don't
I
even.
know. Okay. Yes, he was on tour when he went to the fucking House of Blues with fucking Snoop Dogg and them. That was a big moment for Kendrick, and that helped him like get some popularity. And he used to be
But did
on
that
tour with
boost him
Schoolboy
to a
Q.
whiff of the mainstream? Yes
A
or
whiff.
no?
Okay, a whiff. But do you know what happens to people who aren't talented when they get a whiff? They never get that whiff again.
No,
Kendrick,
no. I
Kendrick would
never
have been
denied
Kendrick.
Kendrick's talent.
Kendrick
I
would
listen
have been
to both
Kendrick
artists.
regardless.
I never
Kendrick would be
denied
Kendrick.
Kendrick's talent. I listen to both artists. What I'm
That's fine. So
saying
do I.
is when Snoop Dogg, when Tech Nine, when all these people co-signed Kendrick, the world didn't know who the fuck Kendrick was. As soon as
That's
Drake
fine.
did something, he was the first.
Stop saying as
He
soon
was
as
the
Drake.
first to
Stop saying as soon
introduce
as Drake.
Kendrick
Dr.
to the
Dre was the real
world.
flip. If you're being honest, Dr. Dre was when he started getting some appeal. Because you know he ended up getting a feature from later on? Eminem. He featured on an Eminem song. That was really what started getting people his eyes on him. And then Good Kid, Mad City dropped. And Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay,
Drake
wait. When
wait.
did the Eminem feature come out? When did the Eminem shit come out?
Like 2013, I think.
2013. This is way before Drake did anything with a tour with Kendrick.
You know, that's crazy too, right? So that means that doesn't help your point, by the way.
No. I said Drake started with the mainstream stuff for Kendrick. That's what I'm saying.
It
I
wasn't
never
just
said
no,
Kendrick.
it was Dr.
Wait,
Dre. It was J. Cole.
I
It was
never
J.
said
Cole and Dr.
Kendrick didn't have talent. Obviously, if you help put someone on and they're
Okay,
not
that's fine.
talented,
Okay,
they're gonna fall
all I'm
off on
saying
some
is
Lil
if
Pump shit.
without Drake, he still would have made it to where he would have been. It just either he would have gotten more support from someone else, he would have got another name. Drake
But
is
that's
not the fucking
irrelevant because
Drake
when
is not the
someone
puzzle
helps you,
that makes
when
Kendrick.
someone helps you out a lot, right? That's not relevant because when someone helps you and you don't show your gratitude and that control verse is what you have to show for it.
Man, that
That's
was the
why
most
I say
sensitive.
you
Yo, the
started
way
it.
Drake reacted to that shit was the most sensitive shit I've ever seen in my life. He
Well,
didn't even
yeah,
get.
Drake. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
recently I watched the history of that video a couple weeks ago. I sort of did think Drake did a little too much, but still, right? And then all the other rappers they responded to Kendrick and moved on. I know.
They
But
responded in the same way Kendrick wanted to that.
right? But question is, right? All those people Kendrick mentioned, did they work with Kendrick after that?
Yeah, some of them did, some of them didn't.
Like who?
J. Cole, Mac Miller, ASAP Rocky. I don't know if he ever did a
Are
song with
they
Meek
working
Miller.
with Kendrick now?
I mean, ASAP Rocky, yes. Mac Miller, yeah, obviously. Before he died, he worked with him like just 2 years before he died. So
Like
yeah.
besides Mac Miller.
Okay, ASAP Rocky, he was just working with him with Metro and shit. Granted, they weren't on the same song, but they were in the studio together. They're still cool.
Well, yeah. So who's was it for the Future and Metro album?
I can't tell you Kendrick and Rocky's relationship, but like Kendrick's relationship with most people is very private anyway. Kendrick don't be outside like that.
You don't got to be outside like that. People still talk about what you do in private, in interviews and
Yeah, I
whatnot.
know, but okay, so what does he do in private then? We don't know much because he keeps it private. So clearly that isn't working either. Kendrick doesn't really he's not outside like that. That's the
No,
whole
my
joke.
point
That, like
is that,
Drake
of
had a
course,
good
y'all
line.
gonna
Drake had a
link
good line
up
on that. I don't
for
remember if
someone
that line.
else's song. But I'm saying, if ASAP Rocky made his own project within the recent years, did he work with Kendrick on those
I don't
things?
think so. I don't think so. What's
Did
your point?
when
What's your point?
Kendrick
Okay,
made his
what's your
own thing, because a feature is not the same as when you're making your own body of work. When
That's
Kendrick
fine.
made his
Wait, what
own
if it's a
body of
feature
work,
on your body of work? Wait, what if it's a feature on your body of work? That's the same shit.
that's why I asked. Like, did they
That's what I
do
said.
this?
Mac
I
Miller,
want like no,
Mac Miller had an
did
album in
like
like
Kendrick and
2017.
ASAP Rocky?
Okay, that's fine.
Did
That's
they
fine.
link up for the Future and Metro album or something? What are you talking about? When did they link up for what?
Because when Metro and Future were making their double album, they made it at around the same time.
Yeah,
And
that's
Kendrick was
their
there.
album. Of course, you're gonna
Okay, that's
link up
fine. Yeah,
for a
wait,
little
you think Kendrick
feature.
is gonna whop on a song or hop and work with people he doesn't want to work with?
That's like it depends, because the thing is
I don't think
features.
it
You
depends.
can
If
get
we're going off
features
the
in
way Kendrick
different
invests in
ways.
them,
You
if
can
we're
link
going off
up in
the
a
way Kendrick invests,
studio, right? You can link up in a studio and do it. But then there's people that they work in their own studio and they send their verse
oh, Big
electronically.
Sean too, by the way. Big Sean too. He
That's
was
why.
one of the
Oh yeah, that's a good point. When a Control dropped, Big Sean didn't even realize Kendrick said what he said. Why?
no,
Because they
he
weren't
didn't.
linked up. They weren't
Oh,
linked up in the same
that's
studio.
fine. That's Big Sean. Okay. So what's the point?
That's an example. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
Because when I say
you're trying to
things,
get at?
I give you examples and proof so that what I'm saying has merit.
Wait.
There's
That's not
different
proof.
ways. My
Because who
point
said
was
Kendrick had a
there's
problem with Big Sean
different
at that time?
ways to do features. There's different ways. ASAP Rocky and Kendrick didn't link up.
Okay, so what's your point?
My point is, right, you're saying this about Drake's reaction to Control. All these rappers, sure, they didn't get all sensitive, but did they fuck with Kendrick after that 10 years later? No, they didn't.
Okay, wait. So you're talking about fuck with as in features or like they say good shit about Kendrick?
Features is a byproduct of like, okay, I fuck with you.
But I think, you're talking about
feature with
personal opinions, so you're talking about their opinions of each other, not like them working with each other. That's what you're mostly worried about, their relationships, right?
Yes.
Big Sean has went on record saying him and Kendrick have no problems. They're cool now. That's one. ASAP Rocky has always been cool with Kendrick because he's cool with Schoolboy Q. And you know that their whole TDE group, they're like family. So if you got a problem with one, you got a problem with the rest. He's cool with Kendrick. Mac Miller and Kendrick have always been cool. And he literally featured on Mac's project a year before he died, I'm pretty sure. They're cool. Jay Electronica came out and apologized to Kendrick. So I don't know if they're cool, but Jay Electronica certainly has no beef with him. Meek Mill, I don't fucking know. They haven't. Kendrick and Meek never were even that close to begin with, I'm pretty sure. Kendrick and Big Crit. I think they fell off because Crit never really made it that far. I love Crit personally. I think he's a great underrated rapper, but he never made it to mainstream. Maybe that's why they don't talk so much. Okay, so like Tyler thinks Kendrick is cool, but like they don't talk that much, but they don't have problems. So like, what's the point?
Okay, so my point is that, right, rappers have teams, and just because they went on an interview and said something doesn't mean that.
Okay, so what are we talking about now? Because then we're gonna go into, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna go into semantics the whole day. So let's just cut the conversation. Because I told you, I literally just gave you, and you can look it up. Big Sean coming out publicly and saying that he doesn't have a problem with Kendrick and they're cool now. French Montana did that shit too, and fucking Jay Electronica. So if I tell you this, and then you're like, wait, if I tell you that, listen. If I tell you this, and then your first response is, well, we don't actually know because you have to play politics, then I'm not gonna argue anymore. Because then I can't tell you anything, and you're not gonna believe it. You feel me? Like you get where I'm coming from right now? When I told you all that, and then you're like,
for that specific point.
What's up?
That's it. That literally, I only presented that counter to that specific point. But then that's why I was about to ask, right? You want to know who else said they were cool with someone, they got no problem? But Kanye said he was cool with Drake.
No, we're not gonna talk about Kanye because I'm not gonna lie.
Kanye
needs help. Wait. I don't want you to waste your breath. If you mention anything about Kanye, I'm gonna ignore it because I think Kanye needs help. I think Kanye is bipolar. He even says it himself. He has.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm not.
He goes back and forth. He goes back and forth. Wait. Listen. Because this is the only thing I'm gonna say about it. He goes back and forth with liking people and not liking people. I'm not gonna use him as a frame of reference. He's not your average person. I'm sorry. Like I'm gonna ignore anything you say about Kanye because I don't think he's a good comparison for your average rapper or everybody else in the situation. I think Kanye said he was with Kendrick, right? Do I even know if he fucks with Kendrick or if he's just doing this to get at Drake? We don't know. Kanye is like sporadic as fuck, so I'm just not gonna mention him because he's his own fucking thing. I don't think he's some.
But I'm saying capabilities. I'm not automatically saying these rappers are lying. I'm saying they're capable of lying.
Well then we can go down that rabbit hole of anyone can be lying and anyone can be telling the truth, which I don't want to go down that rabbit hole because we're already off topic.
All right, yeah.
Like I said, I'm gonna take the most we know because again, technically we can play semantics and say, well, we don't know what they're saying. I'm gonna say what's in the public. They say that they're cool. Until I have a reason to believe they're lying, I'm just gonna I don't really care. But I was only bringing that up because you said, what are the relationship Kendrick has with all the people we mentioned ever? So I broke it down for you, or at least broke down what we know as the public.
And like what I said too was that I personally I watched the history of that video. I personally do also think Drake did a little too much, but I get where Drake is coming from. But it just me personally, I do believe what you believe, where I think Drake did do a little too much. I will admit that he did a little too much.
In Control, Kendrick made it very clear he doesn't have a personal problem with anybody mentioned. He wanted to beef and rap, like he wanted to go bar for bar, and I don't know. I guess Drake didn't like that. Drake didn't like. He's a very emotional person. He thinks he takes things seriously. So like he's like, okay, how you want to beef with me on a record, but you don't want to beef with me in person? He at that point in his career, he couldn't separate the two because that's basically what he mentioned. He's like, oh, how you gonna say this?
Not gonna lie, I do see where Drake is coming from with that. That's why I said I know where Drake is coming from. I wouldn't have handled it how he handled it, but I know where he's coming from.
Oh yeah,
Like,
that's fine, but that's irrelevant though, because it's not even. It's the thing you were talking about is you were saying Drake putting Kendrick on has related to do with the beef, but we already clarified that you can't say Drake put Kendrick on. You can only say he helped put Kendrick
he
on.
helped. Yeah, he helped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he don't owe nothing to Drake. He wasn't the reason Kendrick made it big. That's not we're not
No,
gonna
but when
act
you
like that's
help people, it's common courtesy to be grateful.
okay. That's
What did
fine. So
Kendrick do
okay,
to
so what's the
show that
point?
he was grateful for the help that Drake gave him? Drake, who was already more established at the time in the mainstream.
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like the perspective of someone who's entitled. I'm not gonna lie. That sounds like the perspective of somebody who's entitled.
Entitled? No, it's not
We're not
about
gonna talk about.
entitlement.
We're not
And
gonna
no,
talk
like
about the way
literally,
Drake. Wait.
no,
We're
like
not gonna talk
literally, like
about.
look,
We're not even gonna talk
wait.
about the way Drake does people that he signs. That's a whole different story. All the people he quotes
No,
unquote
but
put on
look,
and signs, we don't
that's
even
not the
want to
point.
talk
No,
about
like
their
what I
shit.
mean is this, right? What I mean is this: if Drake just helped Kendrick and Kendrick didn't say a word to Drake at all after that, Drake wouldn't do what he's doing. He wouldn't have did
Okay, that's
shit.
fine. That's okay. Wait, we're
The
basically
first thing
arguing
he
over.
heard from Kendrick,
You're
the first,
basically arguing.
wait.
I got you. I don't want you to like waste anything. You're basically gonna be arguing who's right or wrong, right? You're trying to argue like the moral semantics
You,
of it.
yeah, I brought up
Just to
morals,
clarify.
and
Just to
then
clarify.
you hopped on the moral thing to try to fight my logic. So we're still on the moral thing.
Well, guess what? We have to agree to disagree. I think Drake took things too far for what it was, and I think Kendrick's on the right. I think Kendrick is correct for everything he's done. So
I don't
if
think
we have to
Kendrick is
agree
correct
to
because
disagree, we have to agree to disagree here. If because I don't want to like waste arguments just for us to come to the same conclusion. I think Kendrick is being provoked by Drake, and Kendrick is responding, and you might
okay,
think otherwise.
and like yeah, and you can
Now,
think that.
granted,
I'm gonna say what I think.
to me, I don't not forget to me. In general, that doesn't matter who wins the beef. No matter who provoked who wins the beef is who wins the beef. So I don't even think it's really relevant to who won the beef at the end of the day. But
Okay, and yeah, and so if you're gonna agree, disagree, that is your take. I'm gonna tell you my take. I'm not
that's
gonna
fine.
try to
Okay.
tell you my take
Wait.
to try to convince you and out
The
argue.
beauty of that is it doesn't matter about who wins the beef. Like we can have different opinions on who's right or wrong. The wrong person can win a beef and the right person can win a beef. So we don't even have to talk about that. But like
Okay, well, that's what you think, right? I think it's this, right? Because when people
wait, so
take
how do we
their
base morals
career.
off of? How do we base morals off of then? If you're gonna say that
Okay,
morality
how do
can
you base morals off of?
Mhm.
Um, okay, that's a good question. How we base morals off of is more like it's something. It's like the world operates a certain way, and throughout the generations, including this current one, right? We do things that are a
We're not a
code.
hive mind, though. We're not a hive mind. Not
We're
everyone
not a
lives.
hive mind,
We
but
don't all
that's
agree with
why
the same shit.
parents, right? They have to raise their kids, and their kids don't like what their parents are doing, but they still follow the parents because
That's
the
fine.
parents are trying to teach them something, even if in the moment they don't like it, they don't understand it. Parents teach their kids a code of ethics they have to follow as they get older so that when they're doing things like working at a job or doing business, making music, collaborating with people, or doing some other shit, there's a universal, or at least depending on what country you're in, there's a code of ethics you're taught. There's a code
Okay,
of
so you're
ethics
talking
you
about
have to
country.
follow in
Wait, you're talking about
school,
country,
a
right?
certain thing you're following in the studio, certain things you're following in what like for example, this is a very weird example. When you meet people, what were you taught to do? Greet them.
Okay,
Rappers
I
might
got you. I
greet
got
each
you.
other
Okay.
by
I got you. I got you. I
handshaking.
got you. You get your morals from your experiences and the way you're taught and where you grew up.
And these things are taught by a mixture of generations, not just Gen Z. There's
Okay,
things
no, not
that
just
the old
generations. It
generations
depends on where
teaches
you
the
are
younger
too.
generation.
Different environments teach you different stuff. Cool, right? So as long as we have you don't have to go crazy too in depth. As long as you have the general idea and we agree that it's based off where you grew up, what you're taught, your experiences, shit like that. So
Yeah,
if you're gonna take
and
that
what
approach,
Drake
if you're gonna
did
take
for
that,
Kendrick, wait, and what Drake did for Kendrick, it's something that's universal. Like it's a gesture, a kind
yeah, it's a
gesture.
gesture of kindness. That's true.
It's a gesture of kindness. The first thing Kendrick does after that gesture of kindness is,
That isn't the first thing
or
Kendrick
one
does.
of the
That is not the
earliest things.
first
My
thing Kendrick
bad. One of the earliest things Kendrick does for Drake after that is name drop him in control. Like he's
does.
really
Okay.
competing. What Drake
Yeah,
was
compete.
saying, even if Drake was a little butthurt, What he was saying in interviews was, why didn't Kendrick just come out with this from the start? Why did he do it in control? Why did he say it to my face when we were working together? That's what Drake was. That's why Drake is hurt. Because Drake,
Man, I'm
he
not
might
gonna
be
lie. If
taking.
you're hurt about that, you're kind of just sensitive. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, it's
he's
definitely
hurt. You're
insensitive. But
telling
I'm
me he's
saying,
hurt?
like,
He's
yeah, like
hurt.
literally, like
All right, bro.
he's over amplifying it. But I do think I do see where he's coming from. See,
Okay, that's fine. That's
If
cool.
Kendrick
Whatever.
told Drake he's competing with him, Drake would have still supported him and helped him out. But at least Drake knew what kind of timing Kendrick was on. He didn't want
The
to wait
timing
until
Kendrick was
a
on was
song come out.
he wanted to compete, and this is an opinion. Hip hop culture and rap has always been competitive.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Yeah, and
Drake
Drake is
doesn't
just
want wait, if
telling
Drake
Kendrick.
doesn't want to
Drake,
involve himself in that
yeah, but
competition
look, Drake
unless
was
it's
just
straight up
telling
beef,
Kendrick. Drake
that's
was
on
just
him.
telling Kendrick to start with that.
No. If Drake doesn't want to involve himself in competition unless it's straight up beef, that's him. That's not
I
Kendrick's
never said
problem.
that though.
No, but I'm
I
not
never
saying that you
declared
said that.
that.
I'm saying that's what Drake's saying because Drake
No,
is
that's
very
not
clearly.
what Drake is saying.
Wait, Drake not saying he doesn't want to compete and go bar for bar unless there's actual beef. He literally said if there's nothing there, why say it? That's exactly what he said to Kendrick about Control. Control, Kendrick wants to compete and say, I'm better than all y'all.
Yeah,
In
that's
the
what
booth.
Drake said
Fuck y'all in
after
the booth.
Control. What I'm
Bro,
saying is hypothetically, if Kendrick came at Drake personally with this competition stuff, Drake would know what timing Kendrick is on, and he wouldn't be surprised at what he did. He would still support Kendrick. He would just look at Kendrick a little differently. He wouldn't call Kendrick a snake. He wouldn't be doing all these
well,
oversensitive things.
he started throwing subs at him for over almost 10 years, so clearly he had an issue.
He had an issue because of Control. What I'm
Well, that
saying
okay,
is
that okay, that's fine.
hypothetically,
At
wait,
that point, we're
wait.
splitting views. At that point, we're
Hypothetically,
splitting. At that point, we're splitting views. You think that Drake has enough of a justification to start throwing subs at him. I think either go bar
they
for bar.
threw subs at each other, by the way. It wasn't
But
just Drake.
okay, but Drake started after the Control verse, talking shit about him in an interview. He was basically saying that he wasn't about it, saying that how like because that was how what he was implying.
Honestly, what I think about that, I think that they're both wrong for throwing subs for 10 years. Even if Drake started it, I still think that they both were wrong for
Granted, I
that.
don't care
I
who
think
started it.
that the Drake and Kendrick, like the diss track should have been happened. Like, been happened. I I wish it happened a lot sooner than 2024. I will
Well,
say that.
Kendrick's way of throwing subs was he didn't want to do things himself. His whole thing of throwing subs was like I beg somebody to say my name. Like if you ever listen to Element, the whole song Element is basically him, I beg
Yeah,
one of
I
y'all to
definitely
say
listen to
my name.
Element.
So like
Yeah.
he wanted somebody to go at him first, and fucking like that he felt that first person shooter. Like why the fuck you mentioning my name and I'm not part of this shit type shit. He felt like why you saying my name? I need to respond because you saying my name or
Well, yeah,
you
because the
alluding to
thing
me
is,
and all
like,
that shit.
well, yeah, like the thing
Regardless how
about
you feel
that
about that, it
is the
doesn't matter.
reason
But I'm
why
saying
it
like that's kind of
happened
how it turned
is
into.
because Drake wanted Kendrick to be a feature. He tried
Supposedly.
to, and yeah, and that's the thing too. Throughout the career, throughout the 10 years, Drake has tried to patch things up with Kendrick
Okay,
multiple
that's great.
times.
Wait, that's great. That goes into another point. Do you know why Kendrick would never take that acceptance? Right? Do you know
It's
why?
not
If you
about
listen to the
Kendrick
beat, you
taking
know
it.
exactly
Drake
why.
made a gesture,
Okay,
regardless of
that's
what
fine.
Kendrick
That's
thought.
fine. If a piece of shit makes a gesture towards you, you don't have to accept it. In Kendrick's point of view, a piece of shit who he doesn't like is making a gesture at him that lives a life that he doesn't like and does shit and
Okay,
exploits.
so Kendrick is basically saying, "Fuck your gesture. I want beef." He shouldn't be talking about don't do this because you don't want to take it there, nigga. Drake tried to reconcile with
No,
you
no,
the
no, no,
whole
no,
time.
no, 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 no. You're not about to slip that box.
All
He
right, all
wanted
right, all
beef,
right, all right.
but he didn't want to talk about people's families. He had beef with Drake and just Drake, and he wanted to settle it bar for bar in rap. He wanted to go bar for you know what he wanted? He wanted the whole beef to be push-ups and Euphoria, those type of songs.
So why didn't he drop
Wait,
these things?
wait.
Why didn't
In
he do this? Like why didn't Kendrick do this in like what 2015,
because
2016?
tried to do it in 2012, but Drake wasn't having it.
So then why didn't he introduce this again a few years after that?
Because he threw subs. He threw subs, and Drake
That's
threw
why I
subs
said
back.
we're both
None of them
wrong
went.
about
Okay,
that.
wait. I asked
It's
the same
not just
question
about
for Drake.
Drake.
Wait, I asked the same question for Drake then. So why didn't you go at him?
That's why I said they're both wrong. Did I not say they're both
I don't
wrong
think
for that?
that's wrong. I don't know. I don't think there's a wrong or right. There's a way of doing things. That doesn't make you wrong
Yeah,
or
and
right.
they both did it the incorrect way.
I don't think it's incorrect. Well, what
So
makes it incorrect?
if it's not incorrect, then what are you talking about?
What do you mean incorrect? Incorrect in what way? People throw subs at each other. How is that
Well,
incorrect?
yeah. I have no problem with the you were the first to bring up Drake throwing subs. I said Kendrick threw subs as well.
Okay,
So
yeah.
what are
So
you
what's the
talking?
point? Yeah. So what's
So
the point?
my
Like they threw
point
subs at each
is,
other.
I said I felt like after all that, they should have started this diss track battle a lot sooner.
That's cool. People think what they want, but like again, things happen the way they happen. Like you can't really change it. That's how it
Okay,
happens. So what's the point?
then we go back to hypothetically. You know what hypotheticals are, right?
Yeah, I know. I gave you a few
Hypothetically,
hypotheticals.
I
Trust me, I know
said
that.
if Kendrick told Drake this competition shit early on, Drake would have still supported him, and Drake would have looked at.
No. He
Yes,
said
he
it in the
would.
control verse. What you mean if he told him? He said it in
No,
the control
before
verse.
Control, before that. Kendrick did
What are
not
you
meet
talking
Drake
about?
when he made Control. He met Drake before Control.
Okay, so what's your point?
I'm saying
Wait.
before
So Kendrick as a
Control.
rapper,
I'm
Kendrick as a
saying I'm
rapper, he
saying
presents himself
before
the way he is.
Control.
To come here and be like,
Before
hey guys,
Control.
I'm really competitive.
Before Control. When Drake was helping him out at the beginning, right? When Drake was helping him out, if Kendrick came at him personally with this competition shit, Drake would not have taken it like this.
Okay. So what do
That's
you want?
what I'm saying. Of
Okay, that's
course,
fine.
Meek
That's cool.
Mill is
I
not
don't
going
think
to
that's the
do
point. I
none.
don't think I
Meek
really
Mill
said
did
anything.
nothing for Kendrick at all.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. That's all I was saying.
Okay. That's what you're
When
saying.
Drake brought Kendrick out on tour, if Kendrick brought him to the side and be like, "Hey man, I love you, man, but this is competition. You know what time we're on." Drake will be like, "Okay, that's cool. Let's just continue
Yo,
these
I'm
shows
sorry.
and compete."
I'm sorry. If you don't listen to Kendrick's music, if you listen to Kendrick's music, sorry, if you listen to his music and you look at the way have you seen the music video for Rigor Mortis? Have you just listened to Rigor Mortis?
I
Kendrick
listened
has
to it
had
when
that
I was way
mentality.
younger.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kendrick has had that mentality forever. If you're gonna sit here and tell me, well, Kendrick has to go up to Drake, give him like a pinky promise, and like
You
go up to him
think
and like
Drake is
tell him some
out
shit.
here just randomly listening to Kendrick's songs early
Yes,
in his
he said
career?
it himself. He said it himself. Don't come at me with this. Drake said that shit himself.
So
Drake said he
Drake
listened to
said
Kendrick himself.
he
Stop
listened to Rick and
playing.
Morty.
Stop playing. Stop playing.
Drake said he listened to Rick and Morty's.
I didn't say listen. He didn't say I
Okay
listened
then.
to Rick.
Drake ain't know nothing about no Rick and Morty's.
He didn't say I listened to Rick. He didn't go up and say I listened to Rigor Mortis by Kendrick Lamar. He didn't say that. He said I listened to Kendrick shit. He's dope as fuck. What does that mean? He
Okay
listens to
then.
Kendrick.
There's tons of music from old Kendrick that Drake
Okay, do you know
probably
one of his
listened
top
to.
songs back then? You know what one of his top songs back then? Rigor Mortis. You're jumping through every hula hoop to give Drake an excuse to not
Just
know how
because you
Kendrick is.
listen to some doesn't mean you're dissecting bars and
You
being
don't have
like,
to dissect it. He says
so
I'll
this
kill
is
your
what
favorite
Kendrick was
rapper.
on.
He says I'll kill your favorite rapper. You don't gotta dissect shit. You just listen and then he says that.
I think that. Well, yeah, everyone says we're gonna kill your favorite rapper.
Okay, guess
That
what? Just
doesn't.
because Drake
Yeah, but a
doesn't take
lot
it
of
the way
people
he
are
should,
not gonna
it's
expect
not
them
Kendrick's
to
fault.
do this to Drake.
Stop blaming Kendrick for Drake
When
not
people
understanding
listen
who the fuck
to
Kendrick
bars,
Lamar is.
right? When people listen to bars, sometimes they're not thinking that far ahead. Cause like, damn, you meant me
That's
too.
fine.
You
That's
meant
cool.
me too. I didn't know that.
Oh, that's crazy. That's cool, right? But you can't just blame that on Kendrick. You can't blame
I
Drake's
can't blame it
incompetence.
on Kendrick.
Well, then that means you're not holding Drake accountable. You want to give Drake every excuse. Which
Okay,
you've been doing.
here's my question, right? Remember when on that song, I love bad bitches in my fucking prom. So Drake and Kendrick was on that song. Did Kendrick do a competitive diss towards Drake and
Yo. Stop being weird right now.
I'm asking you a question.
Right now. I can explain to you right now.
What is wrong with my question?
You want me to explain how you're being weird? I can explain how you're being weird.
All right, how?
When rappers hop on a song that's about a certain topic, what does it make sense for that rapper to do?
Talk about the topic.
Okay, thank you. That answers the question. What is fucking problems about? Kendrick talks about, I'm Kendrick Lamar, aka me just to you. It's like he sounds like I'm that guy. I can fuck whoever. He's doing. What are you? Come on, bro. You know what
Dude,
you're
when
doing.
people feature, they also throw shots.
They don't have to. That's not a rule. It's not like you have to throw shots.
I'm not
Kendrick
saying
was on
you
a song
have to
with
do.
ASAP.
I'm asking why didn't Kendrick do it?
I answered your question. Don't ask it
So
again.
then, what was
I answered
Control about? What was Control about?
Control was them rapping their asses off. That was like
No.
You
What
hear
is
it, right?
subject matter? That's not a freestyle. That's a
Okay.
freestyle.
Oh no, you
What
tell
you
me that. What is
described
Control
was
about?
a
What is Control about?
freestyle.
What is Control about? What is Control about? What is
No,
Control
I'm
about?
asking you. I asked you first. The
Nah.
burden of shit is on you. I'm asking you.
Point. No, I don't have a point. I don't have
You
a point. Yeah, so you make your points. Since you want to bring up Control, I'm not bringing up Control. You brought up fucking problem. I didn't bring it up.
So are you actually being honest? You don't know what Control is about.
I think it's just them rapping their asses off.
All right.
Songs have topics, right?
So
does
rapping their asses off. So like,
every song have an overarching
so like, do you
topic?
think that when you're rapping your ass off, you can talk about anything you want, even if it's like dissing somebody?
Shit, especially in a song where part of the song is showing
how good. So
in a topic
would you agree? Would you agree that freestyles you can talk about whatever you want, right?
Sure.
So when Kendrick did his early freestyles on a lot of DJs interview things like DJ, like Sway in the Morning, all these things. Okay. Did Kendrick, before Control, right, when him and Drake were still cool, before Control, in these freestyles, did Kendrick diss Drake? Do any subliminal or diss Drake openly in those freestyles?
Which freestyles?
No, I mean, okay, rappers have several freestyles.
Okay. Anything before Control, I don't know of him throwing shots at Drake or anyone like that.
Okay, well, I do because I listen to them and I actually enjoy those freestyles.
Which one? So then I can educate my. Granted, I don't think that makes your point, but I just want
to all of them. You can just look up Kendrick Lamar freestyle, and if you look at the dates.
I'm asking you because I want to know which one. I don't want to go like through a rabbit hole. If you know one, then tell me one so I can know. Granted, I don't think that destroys my point at all. That's still my point. Is still my point. Like,
you already established that you're just gonna, agree and disagree. I'm just saying my point. Whether you agree with it or not.
Your main point was, why didn't Kendrick say this anywhere else? Why didn't Kendrick say it on fucking Problems? And I had a clear answer for that.
Yeah, and then when I brought up Control, you said because
Control doesn't have a very specific topic like
and you said they're just rapping their asses off. So I said,
rapping their asses off.
Kendrick rapped too on his freestyles.
He rapped his ass
Control. Off. Why didn't he talk about dissing Drake in his freestyle?
Yo, why the fuck does he have to follow your rules? You, the person who's just some random person.
They were my rules.
You're basically saying, okay, why didn't Kendrick do it?
Why didn't he do it?
Why didn't Kendrick do it at this specific time?
Why didn't Kendrick make his free choice? I'm not saying he has to do it. I'm saying, why didn't he choose to do it on his freestyles?
Well, because that's what he wants to do, bro. What you want to do about that? Like, he wants to
my God, exactly. Dude, you prove my point. You don't even know. You don't even know the answer yourself. You prove my point.
No, like, what's your point? Like, okay, he wants to freestyle about whatever. Wait, freestyles are different than songs too, by the way. Freestyle, the whole point is
different than song. When you make a song, it's about a topic, but you don't know the
not
topic
always.
Of
not
Control.
Always. No, sometimes there's a topic, and if there is no topic, that probably means it defaults to just rapping your ass off.
Okay, and that's why I said in a freestyle, you do the same thing.
Okay.
So I asked, when in these freestyles before Control, has Kendrick dissed Drake? You don't know. I know.
Okay, which
freestyle? And I know for a fact Kendrick did not diss Drake in these freestyles.
Okay, I don't think he did either. Okay, so that's fine, cool.
So then I'm asking you, why didn't he choose to do it then? You don't even have a real answer for that.
Okay, you don't have a real answer as to why he didn't.
No, I know why he didn't.
Okay, why didn't he? I want to hear it.
Why didn't he do it?
Yeah, you said you have an answer. I want to hear the answer.
Because he was early in his career. He didn't want to burn he didn't want to burn any huge bridge. And when the thing about Kendrick, he's big on moments. He's more known for his moments.
Because Kendrick outsold Drake. I don't want to hear it. Kendrick outsold Drake in a year where Drake had a hit album. So it's not moments. Kendrick has had a whole career. He has a Pulitzer Prize. He's multi-platinum. He has a bunch of platinum records without no fucking Drake, without no fucking features. I don't want to hear about no moments. This isn't DJ academic shit where you can just push.
Yeah, you brought up More Life back then, right?
More Life. He outsold Scorpion. He outsold Scorpion.
How much did Damn sell?
Fucking over $500,000.
Over $500,000. Scorpion. Let me look up Scorpion. It's gonna take like 5 seconds.
No, go ahead, bro. I already know the stats. He outsold Drake there.
So $500,000 is 500,000, correct?
He had over $500,000 first week. Damn.
Okay. Let me look up both Damn and Scorpion because you're not giving me a certain answer. Okay, so Scorpion in its first week, right? It sold 732,000 album equivalent units. Now let me look up Damn.
Was it Scorpion or More Light? I don't even know, but let's see.
Scorpion came out in 2018. I think Damn.
Wait. Then I might have been. No, I'm wrong then because Scorpion came out 2018. It was More Life then.
And yeah, More Life is the commercial mixtape. It's not as big a deal as an album. It's a mixtape, but it has some it's original work, but it's not a body of work. It's just a mixtape.
Okay, that's fine. But okay, that still doesn't. Okay, by the way, that was the only time he outsold Drake because nobody outsold Drake besides Taylor Swift. If he's about if he's about moments, then every rapper's about moments because nobody there are only a few people that outsold.
No, like when I say moments, it's like when you do something.
I'm not gonna lie, that's an old narrative because Kendrick is his own person. He doesn't have to fucking make beats to have #1 songs. Humble, he wasn't dissing nobody.
No, I never said he had to make beats. I never said
all the stars with SZA that he wasn't.
I never said he had to make beef to do that.
Okay, but it's not about moments. It's not just about moments. Wait, what do you mean it's about moments? Clarify, because when I hear he's good at moments.
I'm gonna make this clear. Kendrick has a lot of songs that have nothing to do with Drake. They're hits. I love
most of his songs.
I love Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. I love Humble. I love a lot of Kendrick Lamar songs.
We're not talking about we're not talking about what you like. You're saying moments, and moments aren't
moments. When I say
they're objective. Moments, it's like objective. They're not subjective.
When I say moments, right? Facts. When I say moments, I'm talking about when you do something that shakes the culture. It's a little thing.
Before
it's
like
a bomb, an explosion.
Like that. Wait, before like that, what was his last moment?
What was his last moment? It was when he came out of hibernation and collaborated with Baby Keem.
That's not a fucking what? That's not a moment. Like that's not a moment where
that's he's trying. That's a moment because Kendrick's featured on Baby Keem's song.
That's perfect. That's perfect. That is a moment. Wait, you're right. Wait. Let me rephrase.
That is a moment because
that is a moment. Wait, I got you. That is a moment. You're right. I want to rephrase what I said. That is a moment. But was Kendrick trying to shake the? Was he trying to throw people's names out there, do something controversial? Kendrick just featuring on a song is a moment, just because it's Kendrick Lamar. That shows how popular he is. Just because Kendrick alone is a moment, that doesn't mean he's all about moments. Just because he's so polarizing.
I never said it was all about moments. Just like how Drake is not all about pop records.
All right, but
I never said okay. Kendrick was all about moments.
But I'm not saying, but I just don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that Kendrick is good at moment shit because that pushes the narrative, and I'm not trying to hear that shit. Right? Because Kendrick, without his moments, without those moments you're quote unquote talking about, Kendrick is still Kendrick.
Because I say that doesn't mean I'm pushing a narrative that's all Kendrick is good for. Kendrick is multifaceted.
Okay, so what's the point of mentioning
that Kendrick is really good at something?
Okay, that's fine.
I never say that's the only thing he's good at. It's just that's one of his biggest strengths.
Well, one of his biggest strengths is also being one of them.
One of his biggest.
Okay,
that's
not
cool.
The whatever.
Only
he's
thing
good. All right, whatever. Cool. You got it. He's good at moments. As long as we clarify,
he's good at moments. Why I say Control was a moment is because who would have expected him to hop on a random song and call out all of hip hop?
He's Kendrick. Nobody does the shit. Most of the shit.
But nobody knew that because nobody knew Kendrick as much back then as they did when he dropped Good Kid, Mad City, went on the BET Cypher, and
that was before. That was before Good Kid, Mad City, though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like literally, nobody knew Kendrick like that.
He wasn't mainstream.
Public didn't know him like that.
But if you were a hip hop head, if you're into hip hop, you knew who Kendrick was at the time. You knew who he was.
That's proving my point. And that's why 30 minutes ago I said that. I said when you are a hip hop fanatic, you're doing your research and you're also you're also watching things that most people don't watch because they don't do their research.
Okay, that's
fine. I
wasn't
a hip hop fanatic in 2011.
Neither was I. I was too young.
I
But
didn't do no
the
research,
point.
nigga. I was in elementary school. I didn't do
Yeah,
no
yeah, yeah.
research.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that's fine. Whatever. So I don't know what even we've gone so far off topic. I don't even know what we were talking about. But it doesn't matter. Like you were talking about why did you're talking about why didn't Kendrick mention this whole shit? Kendrick can mention whatever the fuck he wants whenever he wants to mention it. Just because he chooses a
Okay, I
specific
never
time.
said he couldn't do that.
Just because he chooses a specific time that would make it hit harder than any other time or make as big of a splash, you don't hold that against them for some reason. But just because he's smart and he knows how to tactically do shit to make it make more of an impact, you can't just hold that against them. It's not like Kendrick backs out on what he says.
I
No,
can't
he
hold
never
it out
comes back.
against them because
I mean, you
Drake.
could try to hold it against them, but like,
No, I don't have to
no one's gonna
try
take
at
you
all.
seriously.
I already know he's wrong for that because
I mean, you think he's wrong. That's fine. If you think he's wrong, that's cool.
Drake gave Kendrick the utmost respect. Kendrick could have returned the favor by letting him in a little in on something, just a little something. Return the gesture somehow.
I mean, Kendrick gave him a feature, and Drake gave him a feature.
That's not enough of a gesture. Drake put that nigga on tour a little bit.
To you, yes, to you. That's fine.
No, it's not to me. It's obviously the Drake too. It's not
well,
just
yeah, obviously
to me.
the Drake too. But I'm like, I'm not. Okay, we're not just gonna. Okay, so the thing you're doing is like, you're basically just doing whatever Drake thinks is correct. You're basically going with the whatever Drake thinks he is entitled to Kendrick, he's entitled to.
It's not. Look, it's not about entitlement. It's a.
It is. No, it is. Wait, you're talking about entitlement. You're saying he's not showing his gratefulness to what Drake gave to him. That's entitlement. You think Drake is entitled?
That does not mean that he's an entitled dickhead. That's not what I'm saying.
You think he's entitled to Kendrick's fucking respect or whatever the fuck. You think he's entitled for Kendrick to show him some type of fucking gratitude for what he did. Yes, you think he's entitled to that. You think Drake is entitled to that treatment.
I never said that. That's why I also said.
Okay, then you can't say Kendrick is wrong for what he's doing because he's not entitled.
No. That's why I also said if Drake just helped Kendrick out and Kendrick didn't say a word to Drake after that, Drake wouldn't give a fuck.
You know, Kendrick didn't have a problem with Drake. He just wanted to go back and forth with everybody because he wanted to prove he was the best.
That does not really have anything to do with my point. I'm saying if Drake helps a lot of people out, if they didn't return the favor, wait.
He fucks over everybody. He fucks over everybody.
Wait.
He fucks over everybody.
I didn't even finish my point. I'm saying.
You're my fault. I just want to counter that before you even finished it because that's just a lie.
Okay. Yeah, because like that whole Party Next Door, all that OVOs.
Not just Party Next Door. The Weeknd, Vori, fucking.
That's a whole different can of worms. We could get to it whenever you want, but I'm just saying.
I don't care because it has nothing to do with the beef. Well, actually, it does have a little bit to do, but not enough to where I'm gonna mention it right now. I don't think it matters.
Okay. Well, yeah, but like I'm saying, as far as Kendrick, I can imagine, right? It's not just me imagining. No, like literally, I know for a fact if Kendrick didn't even say a word to Drake after that, Drake is not going to be throwing subliminal shots at acting salty. He's just going to be in his own lane while Kendrick is in his own lane.
You don't know that. You don't know that. You can assume that, but we don't know that because it never happened.
Okay, no, I do know it because has Drake ever been like, man, these niggas, they stopped talking to me after I helped them. They're bitches. Fuck them.
Yeah,
he's never done that before. Every time Drake does something,
he's the king of throwing subs. He's the king of throwing subs.
Every time
Drake is the king of throwing subs at people.
Somebody says something to him.
Lil
Wayne competes with Drake all the time.
Stop.
Does that mean Drake hates Lil Wayne
Drake
too?
fucked his girl, but Lil Wayne is so cool with Drake, he let it slide.
That has nothing to do with competing commercially. They're competing commercially.
No, me putting my dick in your girl is not competing commercially.
What he did was wrong. I'm gonna be honest. What Drake did there was fucked up.
Drake do that shit all the time.
Girl.
Wait, why do you think half the people?
Why do you think half the people right now?
Why do you think half the people that have a problem with Drake have a problem with Drake? He be fucking people's girls.
So do you think Lil Wayne hates Drake?
I don't know, because Lil Wayne's a really cool guy.
No, like based on what you've seen, because you said it yourself, all these rappers they came out and said they're cool. They had no problem with Kendrick. Did Lil Wayne come out and say he had a problem with Drake?
Lil Wayne's a very tolerant person because you know how long
answer the yes or
no. No, I don't. I don't think he has a problem with them. Do you want to know why? You know how long it took him to have a problem with Birdman? You know what Birdman was
Bro,
doing to that man, Lil Wayne?
bro,
You know
bro,
how long Birdman was fucking Lil Wayne in the contract? Oh my god. You telling me it took almost 10 years for Lil Wayne to finally speak out on Lil Wayne is better than me, bro. Lil Wayne is better than me. He was letting himself get fucked by Bird. He was giving Birdman the benefit of the doubt for so long.
Oh yeah, but Lil Wayne went on interviews about Drake and criticized Drake on interviews.
He
Drake
did
have a
no.
problem with
He criticized him out of love. But if you look the way he did it,
out
he
of
was like,
love? Yes, out
yeah,
of love. But
he
I'm
used to be like,
saying, right?
oh, we like
Yeah, but
Drake
I'm
because Drake
saying,
does
right?
his
You
own
see
thing.
what Drake and Kendrick are doing. Did Lil Wayne do the same thing to Drake?
What are you talking about?
You see how Kendrick and Drake went back and forth to their beef and say all this nasty shit. Did
Kendrick and
Lil
Wayne are
Wayne
two
do the
different
same
people.
thing to Drake, even though they're competing? And it's
No,
hip hop?
no, because
Exactly.
just because we're not doing this like group mentality shit. Just because other people do this shit doesn't mean he has to do the same way. He doesn't have to be a sheep. Like you don't have to do everything the way it's supposed to be done. Or it's quote unquote supposed to be done.
Why I said that is because you said I don't know what Drake would have done if Kendrick didn't say a word to Drake at all after Drake helped him.
And then you brought up the fact that Drake don't diss people or sub people unless they have an issue with them and say something about him. Not knowing
that's definitely true.
that half
Am
the
I
people
not wrong for that? I mean,
that
am
you're
I
wrong.
right for
I'll
that?
tell you why you're wrong. Because the reason
How am
why
I wrong?
I'll explain. The reason why over half these people mention him or throw subs at him is because he fucked their girl.
But did they mention him though? Yes or no?
I don't know how many girls he's fucked, bro.
Oh my god, no! I'm talking about the rappers. Did the rappers mention Drake, whether they're justified or not? Did they mention Drake? Yes or no?
Tell me the people he does. I think he went at the weekend. He went at the weekend before the weekend went at him. He was mad that the weekend didn't sign to him, and then he had a problem with the weekend after that. The weekend never said shit about Drake until after.
So when the weekend didn't sign the Drake, did the weekend how did Drake know the weekend didn't sign to him? Did the weekend stand there?
How did he know? How did he know that he didn't sign to his own label? Because he didn't sign to his label.
Cause look, did the weekend just sit there and just stare at Drake's face and just didn't answer?
Okay, bro. You're telling me wait. No. Here's the thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This is an unfair question because you're assuming I'm a fly in the room that knows what happened.
Be unfair questions this whole time, bro.
You're telling me you're telling me you want me to know the personal conversation between the weekend and Drake?
That shit. You've been doing that the whole time. I can't do the same, nigga. I'm asking you a simple question. See, because when you don't want to do something, what do? You tell them you don't want to do something.
I'm gonna be under the assumption that the weekend told him, or at least there was something there, because obviously
there was something there. I'm not saying
Drake wanted to sign him. We know Drake wanted to sign him.
I'm not look. I'm not automatically saying the weekend disrespected Drake. I'm saying the weekend still said something, even if he was.
What did he say? What did he say then? What did he say? Because you have to. You're trying to. You want me to be flying in the room. I want you to be flying in the room. What exactly did he say? That's an unfair question, right? You have to admit that's an unfair question. How the fuck
I'm about to answer it. So basically, because literally, instead of me saying your question's unfair, I'm gonna answer it. Basically,
I'm gonna ask you where the proof
whatever the weekend said, it has to do with the weekend not signing to Drake.
Okay,
because
that's fine.
Do not want to sign
wait. We implied that though. Obviously, that's what I meant. Obviously,
if you don't want to sign to somebody, look. If you don't want to sign to somebody, you tell them that, or you show it some other way.
Okay. So what do you think? What happened? Since you know what happened, what happened?
I just know he said something. I don't know.
How do you know that? How do you know that? Where's the proof?
I don't. Where's the proof? That's how it worked.
No, that's not how it worked. What if he just didn't? What if he told Drake, "Oh, I'm gonna sign to you," and then lied to him and then didn't sign? How do you know? How do you not know that's not the case? You see how unfair? I'm not gonna sit here and act like that's a fair question to ask anybody. I can't tell you, and you can't tell me exactly what was said. We can make inferences based off of what happened.
I don't know exactly what he said. I just know.
Oh, I know you don't.
I just know what line it falls towards. I don't know exactly what
line it falls under. You don't
know
what
if you are not signed to Drake.
Why aren't you signed to Drake? You don't know anything. All you know is that he didn't sign.
Look, it's literally the same reason as to why
You
if
don't.
The
No, you don't know.
Weeknd
You don't. No, you
signed
don't.
to Drake, he
No,
would
you
have said
don't.
something
You don't
pertaining
know
to
anything.
signing
You
to
don't know
Drake.
anything, which is fine. You don't know. You don't know whether the Weeknd said "fuck you," I don't want to sign your label. I don't like the contract details. You don't know whether he said, "Damn,
I
I'm
just
fucking
know
Drake."
something happened. I know something happened
Well,
because he
clearly
didn't
something
sign
happened
to
because he didn't
Drake.
sign.
The concrete thing is he didn't sign to Drake.
But that's the only thing you know. You don't know why exactly he
It doesn't
didn't
matter.
sign
It's the
at the
only thing
moment.
I know. That does not defeat my point. Every time Drake does
Wait, that
something,
is the point. Wait.
every
So you're
time
saying,
Drake does
wait, you're saying
something,
Drake can
it's
diss
in
the Weeknd because he
response
didn't
to
want to sign
something
to him?
else.
You're
Every
saying
time
Drake can
Drake
diss the Weeknd
does
because he doesn't
something,
want to sign to him?
Drake has never dissed somebody for staying silent.
What did the Weeknd stop lying? Now you're just sucking Drake's dick. Now you're
How
assuming that the Weeknd
am
said
I
something.
lying?
No, I'm not
How
gonna lie.
am I
We're drawing
lying?
the line here.
You
I'm not
never
gonna lie. I'm not
said.
gonna lie. I was sitting here and be like, you're not a Drake dick rider. You're just going for Drake. But if you
No,
believe,
no, no.
but
You're
if you
just
wait,
capping,
if you
bro.
believe,
You're
if
just
you believe
capping.
that
Drake
whatever
has
Drake
never
said about
dissed
the Weeknd
somebody for
has to be
staying
justified
silent.
because the
That
Weeknd
doesn't
had
make
to
any
say something,
sense.
that's Drake dick sucking.
That
If
doesn't make
you
any
believe,
sense.
if you believe that whatever Drake had to say about the Weeknd, you having not a jack shit amount of concrete proof, you don't know exactly what he said at all. And whatever you say, I'm not gonna hear it because you don't know what he said. If you're just gonna assume that Drake, whatever he said about the Weeknd, had to be justified because the Weeknd had to say something, that is like Drake dick riding mentality.
No. I never said it had to be justified with the Weeknd.
That's what you're saying.
I made
You
that
said Drake.
clear.
You said Drake never
I
talked.
made that clear. I made it clear. I
All right.
literally made it clear. I said whether they're right or wrong, whether they're justified or not, if Drake doesn't just do something unless something happens, whether he was right or wrong.
Okay, then what happened? The Weeknd didn't sign to him?
The Weeknd, that's the event. That's the
Okay, so
event
guess
that
what? You
happened. I
can't play the
never
moral
said
high
that
ground.
was right
Wait,
or
you
wrong.
can't play
If
the moral high
anything,
ground.
the
You can't
Weeknd has
play the moral high
every right. The
You can't
Weeknd has
play
every right
the
to not
moral high
sign
ground.
to Drake.
That's true. You can't play the moral high ground with this thing. Because what's the moral high ground for Drake? He has to force somebody to sign to him unless he's gonna diss him? Because you've been trying to play the moral part of Kendrick should have did this and whatever. Like,
If you
but
want to
what's the
do
moral high
that, there's tons of things Kendrick did that was immoral too. So he's not on the
ground? Okay,
moral
like
high
what?
ground either.
Okay, like what? Okay, like what?
I already explained it. Okay, let me go down the
Wait a minute,
list.
no,
Let me
you did,
go
you did not
down the
explain
list.
shit. You did not explain
Let me
shit.
go down the list. Let me go down the list. The
You
first
said that
thing,
Drake is entitled to Kendrick's gratitude, and that's what you think is the morally like obsolete thing. Which,
yeah.
okay.
See, Kendrick and the
Entitlement isn't a
Weeknd.
moral.
Kendrick and the Weeknd are two different people.
That's fine. Okay, go ahead. Go down the
That's
list.
why. That's why. Like, there's different situations. That's why I held Drake accountable in your face. I said Drake was wrong for doing anything to Lil Wayne's girl. He's wrong. You're hearing me right now. Drake is wrong.
I'm
But
sorry.
Lil
I'm
Wayne
not
is
gonna get.
not
I'm not gonna lie.
Kendrick.
I'm not gonna give you a cookie for saying adultery is bad. Like
I'm
you,
not
that's the
asking
bare
for
minimum.
no damn
I'm not gonna lie.
cookie.
All right, just want to
You're
let you know
putting
that I'm
words
just
in
like
my mouth.
no,
You're
no, no. I'm
putting
not saying
words
no,
in
no. I'm
my
not saying
mouth,
you asked me.
acting like
I'm not saying you
I
asked
never
me.
said
Wait,
Drake
wait.
was justified for dissing the Weeknd. I never said that shit. You put these words in my mouth like the typical Kendrick dick eater. What are you talking about?
Okay, so why were
I
you trying
never
to bring the
said
whole
that
thing?
he was
So why were
justified.
you trying to bring the whole thing of like, oh, if Kendrick never said anything, like,
If
okay, but Kendrick
Kendrick
was just.
never said anything to Drake after Drake helped him, Drake would not be throwing shots.
But then you can't play the moral high ground because Kendrick didn't say anything morally fucked up to Drake. He just said, "I'm competing with you."
What Kendrick did was immoral.
To you, because that's a
No,
hot
not
take.
to
That's a hot
me.
take.
It's
That's a
immoral.
sensitive hot take. That's the Drake
Obviously,
sensitive
a
take.
Kendrick stan is
That's the
not going to
Drake
say
sensitive
that
take.
shit was immoral.
That's a
It
Drake
was
sensitive man take.
immoral. If
That's
I
a
put you
Drake
in my
sensitive
tour,
dude take.
you
That's
didn't
a
tell
Drake
me this
sensitive take.
competitive shit during the tour, then you're wrong for going to control and doing this bullshit instead of coming to me man to man personally to let me know ahead of time. Kendrick knew Drake was a
Just
sensitive snowflake.
because Drake don't know the
Everyone knows
timing he's
Drake is
on, that's not
sensitive. Everyone knows Drake is sensitive.
and
You
that
want to
sucks
tell me
for Drake.
Kendrick? You want to tell me Drake should have known Kendrick was on that competitive shit? Kendrick should have known that
Yes.
Drake was sensitive.
That sucks. You want it to be a snowflake and just cater to everybody?
Exactly.
What are
Kendrick
we
should have
talking about
known.
right now?
Kendrick should have known what was gonna happen.
Guess
It's like
what?
he
He knew.
wanted
Wait,
his wife
guess
to
what? Guess
get
what?
dissed.
Knew what
It's
was
like
gonna
he
happen.
wanted
Nothing
his wife
happened for
to
10
get
years.
dissed. Kendrick knew what shit Drake was on. He saw
Okay, that's
that
fine.
DMX interview. He saw that shit. I don't like the way you walk. I don't like the
And
way
he
you
said that
talk.
shit was funny. And he
Kendrick
said
saw
that shit
that
was funny.
shit. Kendrick saw that interview and still helped Drake out with a feature and still went on Drake's tour. He saw that shit. He knew what kind of shit Drake was on, and he should have
Wait, what?
thought
Wait,
ahead of
wait,
time.
wait, wait,
And
wait,
he
wait.
should have said this to Drake. Drake, I know you sensitive.
Yo,
I'm letting
that
you know
sucks.
I got love for you.
That sucks. That sucks for
That
Drake.
sucks. It does suck. It does suck that Kendrick is an immoral bastard. That's why it sucks.
Immoral bastard. I'm a
That's why
Kendrick
it
and Drake
sucks.
fan. Also,
That's
Kendrick
why
is an
it
immoral
sucks.
bastard.
Because you know
can-
full well by your logic, Drake was more well known at the time, which means everyone knew Drake was sensitive as fuck. It's not something that's private. All of hip hop knows Drake is sensitive. Kendrick knew what he was doing. He knew what the fuck he was doing when he made Control. He knew what he was doing.
Okay. So immoral bastard is a crazy take. What's immoral about it?
What's immoral about? I've been explaining it this whole
Immoral
time.
about it. What did Kendrick say that was immoral?
It would have been a kind gesture if, because Kendrick and Drake were cool and Drake did a little more than other rappers did.
Drake
Meek
broke the
Mill
tie
didn't
with
do
Kendrick.
shit.
Drake
Meek Mill,
broke the tie with Kendrick. Drake is the one that cut ties with Kendrick.
no, look. Meek Mill,
Okay, but
ASAP
Drake cut ties
Rocky,
with
they're
Kendrick.
in the same rap generation as Drake. Kendrick
That's
and
fine.
Drake, they're in the same rap generation.
Okay, that's fine.
None of these other guys helped Kendrick out on the same level as Drake did.
No, J. Cole helped them more.
so
J. Cole helped them more. J. Cole helped them more. J. Cole helped them more. But it's okay. But it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. But J. Cole helped them more.
All right, yeah. So basically,
But it's
so
irrelevant.
I'm saying Kendrick, no one's forcing Kendrick. I'm saying Kendrick could have made a kind gesture back by letting Drake know during.
He had him on a song.
I already
had him
brought
on a
up
song.
features are features, bro. I already brought that up. Features
Okay,
are
then
features.
you're gonna make it do a feature
It's
with somebody you don't.
business. It's business.
All right, but Kendrick don't want to.
Shit is not
Kendrick don't want to feature
business.
with somebody he don't like. Kendrick don't want to feature.
Rap
with
has
somebody
always been competitive before you even gain money from it.
Okay, so what's
Rap has been competitive since day one. That has nothing to do with business. Putting yourself in a feature is business.
Okay.
Right? So basically, what I'm saying is Kendrick is not mandatory. Kind gestures are not mandatory, but I'm saying it's optional. And if it's optional, Kendrick could have optionally pulled Drake to the side, man to man, in person, face to face during that tour, and said the shit he would have said in Control.
Yo, that doesn't make him fucking immoral. That just means you don't like the way he went about.
That does make him immoral.
It makes him immoral.
That's
to
called
you, and
being a bad friend. That's what it's called. It's called being a bad friend.
Bastard.
It's called being a bad friend. That's what it's called.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool. Oh, you know what else is a bad friend too? When you take somebody's song and then don't pay him for it. That means Drake is an immoral bastard too. And if you don't hold Drake to that same standard, you're a Drake dick.
Wait, so did Drake take a Kendrick Lamar song?
Oh no, he didn't take a Kendrick Lamar song. He used to take his Ghost Rider songs. He fucked over.
Oh my God, that has nothing to do with Kendrick. You're changing the goal. You're shifting the goalposts. Now you're talking about Ghost Riders. You're shifting the goalposts. What are you talking about? You're shifting the goalposts.
If you don't, no, there's no goalposts because you're talking about him being an immoral bastard.
You're shifting it.
I'm about to hold that standard.
Shifting the goalposts.
No, I want to see if you're consistent. I want to see if you're consistent. You called Kendrick an immoral bastard because he didn't diss him in a way the exact way. He didn't even diss him actually. He didn't. You're calling Kendrick, quote, in your words, immoral bastard because he didn't go to Drake and tell him, hey, I'm going to make a competitive song one day about us. But he just made the competitive song by himself. You called him, quote unquote, an immoral bastard. So if you don't call Drake fucking other people's girls while they're in jail.
I already did.
I'm not done.
All right. Go ahead. My bad.
And fucking over artists, I love McConan. He fucked them over. Vori, he hasn't given him credit for shit. Quentin Miller, we all know the story about Quentin Miller. Quentin Miller, he said they had a sweatshop. They used to work in horrible conditions and not get checked. I forgot the guy who made Just Hold On, We're Going Home. The guy who featured on that, he had the idea for the whole song and they never got shit for it. How many people he fucked over their careers? If you don't call Drake an immoral bastard right now, and if you're gonna call Kendrick a moral bastard just for that, you have to call Drake an immoral bastard for that shit. And if you don't, I'm just gonna assume you're a Drake dick rider.